Grizzly Temple. Okay, so we need 6 of those. 6 of those. That's 6. 6 of those. Holy crap. And then 2 of those. All blended. This one's kind of unbearable. Oh, right here. It's mostly for the fans of the movie it was used in. All blended. Boom, boom. Grizzly Temple. What's this song? Oh! Umamoto. Here you go. Chill out for a bit, dog. Thanks, man. Bartender. Yeah? Do you have anything sweet? Hey, memes is my life. How's it going? We're talking about drinks, right? Are you hitting on me? If that's how you want to see it. Let me see what I can get you. And make it big. Do you like them big, Miss Betty? It's not the size, but how you sell it. Gourmet food exists for that sole reason. Wise words. A big, sweet drink. Oh, what about a piano woman? Oh wait, that's already big. That would count, I think. So 5 of those. And those. There we go. So it was originally called Pretty Woman, but too many people complained there should be a piano woman if there was a piano man. All aged and mixed. Why surprised? It's a hobby. Here. Thanks. You know, I'm curious. What's the weirdest client you've ever gotten? I wouldn't be able to tell you. There are many kinds of weird. Pick the first one that comes to mind. Well, there was this one guy that spent 30 minutes arguing with himself before he ordered. That's not weird. Or not that weird. He came in wearing a Velociraptor mask and wouldn't stop screaming. He left humming Moonlight Sonata afterwards. Oh, yeah, that's weird. At least he left a nice tip. Speaking of anecdotes, can I ask what's your story with the enhancements? Why the interest? Because it seems like a personal thing. It doesn't sound like it's a question of ethics. And honestly, I'm really bored. Sure, I can entertain you for a bit. Back when I was a college freshman, some friends of mine decided to get their hands enhanced. It was around the time we all started practicing surgery. They just wanted to bypass all the practice needed. And so they hired the shady character who would supposedly hook them up. They only talked one of them out of it. The others went off with the guy and got their hands chopped off. This is one of those stories that ends badly, I'm guessing. Yeah, 4 girls underwent the shady surgical procedure. 2 lost their hands, 1 was left an arthritic mess, and the last died on the operating table. So yeah, I'm not too fond of enhancements, especially if they're taken in an effort to avoid effort. This culture of become better automatically with enhancements really gets on my nerves. That story sounds so familiar. Did that shady guy have a bleached mustache and tattooed black eyebrows? He also talked using an electrolarynx. You've seen him? No, but I remember news about that. About the police catching someone who was performing illegal surgeries. Never thought I'd meet someone affected by him. It's a small world, isn't it? Well, I guess I gotta check on the dogs to see if they're fine. Sure, I'll keep serving them booze. Thanks for sharing that story. Yeah. Accident. Hey man, have you ever felt like time is moving too fast? Tonight I'm feeling like it's not moving by fast enough. Look at you. Well, they say that if time feels like it's going by too fast, you're having a good time. What can I serve you? I want a bad touch. Sorry, coming right up. Another one. This dog wants a bad touch. God, more of these. How is it a weird hobby? It's no different than people that put together figurines. It's no different than people that draw. It's no different than anything, dude. We're nothing but mammals, after all. Oh, mixed. Whew. A hobby is literally something people do just to keep them entertained. And as long as it's not something illegal, I say, let people do whatever they want. Here you go. Have a good time out there. Maybe you're right. Thanks. I mean, it's not triggered me. I'm just stating my thoughts on it. Bartender. Hmm? One Brantini, please. Sure. Well, that was nice and simple. Brantini. Holy crap. Whoop. Some 3 powdered Delta. 8 out of 10 smug assholes would recommend it, but they're too busy being smug assholes. So, aged and mixed. What do you know? Here. Excuse me, the beer mat's dirty. Sorry, I'll change it. No, leave it like that. It already ruined the Brantini anyway. Whew. Taking a breather? Yeah, not like I'm that busy, though. Fucking dogs. Anyway, you want anything to drink? No, some dogs gave me drinks already, I'm fine. Oh, alright. Say, bartender, do you like your job? Hmm? I mean, you're not like the usual crop of bartenders. The kind who are always making a big show at a disco or rave party. Why does everybody keep saying that? Hey, why are you working as a veterinarian? Did I ever play Undertale? No. The cancer that is the community behind it, or around it, really put me off from wanting to play it. If you want to change the subject, you can just say so. I just did. Fine. I'm a veterinarian because if I don't do it, who will? I don't trust other vets. I don't feel they're actually cut for the job, so I took it upon myself to do it. That's quite the ambition. Speaking of ambition, did you start working here because this is what you wanted since high school or something? That's a whole new can of worms I don't want to open, but no. Life took me here, basically. Why the question? I thought we were exchanging life stories with each other. I was also thinking about the whole risk versus reward thing. Oh, I've played the game, I just don't think I'll ever record it, because there's far too many idiots that think you have to play the game a certain way, which is just retarded. I already don't like people that backseat game, and with that game it would just drive me insane. So these dogs made me an offer just as I graduated. Sometimes I wonder if I'd have been better off taking bigger risks. You know, the whole safe position versus big bet kind of deal. If you're comfortable with the opportunity you've been given, take it. If it's something that's been bothering you for a while, scratch that itch. Wow, you should be a counsellor. Nah, it's just cheap advice. Well, I have to take care of the dogs. Excuse me for a bit. Actually, we're about to leave already. Oh, really? Yeah, thank you for everything. Don't worry. Thank God. God. Doggammit. Done for the day, I'm guessing. Yeah. You might want to get some insecticide or something to make sure we're not full of fleas. What does the health inspector think of this stunt? The health inspector is too afraid to come to this part of the city, so I'll assume he's fine with it. Right. Say boss, you look tense. Really? Weird. So, I'll call it a day here. Thank you for your hard work. Nice. Sunday, December the 11th. Alright. This actually hasn't taken as long as I thought it would. Although it does take a long time to load each scene for some reason. There we go. Good evening. You look bummed, boss. Starting tomorrow, there will be no more corgis in our bar. Why wouldn't I be sad? Maybe because starting tomorrow, there will be no more corgis at the bar. I wonder if the Shiba Appreciation Society might be interested in booking us. One problem at a time, boss. Ooh, what's this? What could I put the channel onto? We watch, we protect. Yeah, sure. Wait, I know someone from the Pomeranian Development Institute. PDI. One problem at a time. Still, you've been tense ever since Friday. Are you worried about Jill or something? Trust me, of all my worries, Jill is the least of them. Put on some music and enjoy the day, won't you? Right. Ah, crap, now I have to choose more songs. This is the hardest part, 'cause I don't know which one I ended on. I think it may have been this one. Game is made in 2016, but the graphics? Not entirely sure what you mean. Everything will be okay? Yeah, sure. I mean, if I come across a song I'm not really fond of, I can always change it, so it's not really a big deal. There we go. Boo. Time to mix drinks and change lives. Bartender, we meet again. Oh, Miss Betty. Hello. And Mr. Corgi Lover. Call me Deal. Deal. Deal? Deal. Wipe that satisfied look off your faces, you two. What can I serve you today? I'll have a beer. I'm not the designated driver today, so give me a fringe weaver. Alright, coming right up. So, beer and a fringe weaver. Do I do fringe weaver first? I don't think it really matters. Holy shit. He's really making up for not having any drink before. Aged and mixed. Right, next is the beer. One Adelheid, Bronson extract. 4 Carmetrine. Oh shit! What'd I fuck up? Oh, I did 3. Whoops. To reset. 1, 2, 1. I didn't put any powdered delta in it. I think this is better. There we go. Jesus. Here. Thanks. Thank you. You seem distracted. Has serving so many dogs finally gotten to you? No. Well, yeah, but it's not that. My boss has been acting weird since Friday. Weird how? Romantic weird? Drug addict weird? Let's hope nobody finds the body in the fridge weird? For starters, there's the fact she only told me we were being booked moments before we opened. Plus, she seems completely distracted or lost in her thoughts. Like you. Worse. Oh. She's not being herself, and that makes me wonder if something's going on. Like what? Do you run a human trafficking ring in the basement? No, we don't have a license for that. Oh, well, thinking about it... oh well. Thinking about it too much is not part of my job. Can I ask you something about your job? Sure. I've always been curious. What does the BTC need in their bartenders? What do you need to study? They train you from scratch, so you don't have to study anything beforehand. I'm very picky in games. Quite the opposite, actually. I'll play anything. I usually just don't cover brand new releases because I think far too many people do that. So it's already super saturated. I prefer to cover games that I want to cover. Which is pretty much every game I own. What does the training involve? It's a lot of etiquette and regulation work. Most of our time though, it's actually spent in simulations. Simulations? Different scenarios involving different chemical hazards, that sort of thing. They want you to be able to respond to every possible situation that might come up involving our ingredients. I mean, the chances for failure are really slim, but it's better to not take those chances. I see. I'll be back with you guys in a bit. I must attend to the other clients, dogs, that... Oh, sure. Mr. Puff. They are chasing me, man. Who? The cabbages, man. The goddamn cabbages. They are everywhere. They are out for my rump. Never mind. Can I get you anything to calm down? A big blue fairy would be nice. Okay then. I mean, this song's pretty intense, but I like it. Blue fairy. Oh, it's a big one, so I need 8 of these. 2 of those. Do I want to give him Carmetrine? Yeah, sure. I'll give him 3. Aged and mixed. Here. Thanks, very nice of you. 3rd bark day. Something the matter? Nothing a drink can't solve. Not sure about that, but it's hardly my job to preach sobriety. What do you want? Give me a gut punch. Okay. This flea bag wants a gut punch. Gut punch. So it's 5 of these. Flanagide. Sure. And what do I need? Aged and mixed. It's supposed to mean a punch made of innards, but the name actually describes what you feel while drinking it. Gut punch. Here you are. Thanks. Hey, you ever felt guilty for being born the wrong race? The what now? I've just been hearing so much about how we're racist. I'm wondering. Are you racist? Not really. Do you feel like other corgis might be? Definitely. I mean... Then why worry? It's not like they're calling you racist. You shouldn't take generalizations personally. You might be right. Man, you should have seen the cutie I saw yesterday on the way home. She looked like a cat boomer. She was wearing a mini dress and had this prosthetic eye. I thought you were against people using prosthetics. I'm not against cute though. Besides, I'm not against prosthetics. I'm only against enhancements. I don't see a difference between the two. Alright, let me put it this way. If you lost an arm and replaced it with a mechanical arm that does exactly what the older one did, I'm okay with it. But, if you lost your arm and replaced it with a gun-loaded super arm from hell, that's something I'm not okay with. Even worse is if you decide to replace your arm because of fashion, or a whim, or to get better at some sport. That's completely not cool. That's the difference between a prosthetic and an enhancement. Replacement versus, enhancement. I have a similar opinion about Linen replacing their factory parts for kicks. If you think that's going to be an easy way of getting better at something, you're in for a bad surprise. Well, I can see why you think that, but what suggested you, or to you, that what she had wasn't an enhancement? If she had bad eyesight, wouldn't that count as an enhancement, even if it fixes it? How does reparative work factor into your ideologies? They might be enhancements, but they also replace something faulty. Well, damn it, stop making sense, you piece of scrap. You're weakening my resolve. Having fun? Oh, bartender, that was fast. There seem to be less dogs out today, at least dogs that want a drink. Yeah, some of them ate their tickets. Lovely. I'll be the one dealing with that later. I don't hate the new famous games, you just completely misinterpreted. I think far too many just jump on the newest game for views. I've never once cared about views. I started this because I was incredibly depressed, and it helped me not be depressed. And so I still use it as a way of coping. And also because it's real fucking fun. But no, I don't avoid new games like a plague, I just let them cool off. I let everybody else have their fun with the games, and then I'll cover them, if I want to. So what's your take on the whole enhancement discussion, bartender? My mom had a saying, anyone can make a chandelier out of their asses. Which somehow means, your body, your choices. If they're not hurting anyone, I don't see the point in hating them. See, Betty? Hey, I didn't say I automatically hate anyone who has an enhancement. Me being against something isn't the same as me being against someone. I'm not some 12-year-old blindingly hating someone because of something like that. Maybe you should practice what you preach. What does that mean? I fear retaliation, so I'm not saying another word. Are you two gonna order anything? I'm fine right now. He's drinking mine, actually. Alright, call if you need anything else. Sure. Let's see. Ow. So much for avoiding retaliation. Poop eater. What the fuck? Oh, these names. You're not gonna believe me. I was in the bathroom and this other dog was looking at me from the top of the sink. You mean the mirror? No, another dog. I see, what can I serve you? You're not gonna do anything about that other dog on the top of the sink? I'm sure he doesn't want to hurt anybody, don't worry. I hope you're right. Well, I want something really sweet. Coming right up. Something sweet. I do other things. Mostly just work out. Listen to music. And do online things. But in terms of socializing, I don't do that. I've never been a extroverted person. I've always been a big introvert. What can I give him? Moonblast. Yeah, sure. All on the rocks and blended. Moonblast. I didn't realise it was pink. Here you go. Thanks. Please think about the thing with the other dog on top of the sink. I will, don't worry. Well then. That was quick. Like I said, there aren't too many dogs today. When I had someone booked us for 3 days, I expected more of an attendance. While you were gone, this fella here said that the Bleeding Jane is better than a pile driver. Please, prove him wrong. All I'm saying is that I don't see the point in drinks that feel more like a kick in the mouth than a beverage. What do you think, bartender? Do you think there's any point discussing non-alcoholic drinks in a bar? In my opinion, people who order a bad touch always make me giggle like an idiot, though. That's not an opinion, that's a statement. Oh well, please serve us either pile drivers or Bleeding Janes. We'll let you decide which one is better. Coming right up. 2 of any of those. Bleeding Jane or pile driver. Ooh. I mean, I've already done a Bleeding Jane, I think. Have I done a Bleeding Jane? I haven't. Ah, screw it, I'll do this then. So there's one, all blended. Say the name of this drink 3 times in front of a mirror and you'll look like a fool. Brilliant. So there's a Bleeding Jane. Am I just doing 2 of the same? Yeah, whatever. Alright, 1, 2, 3. And blended. Here. Yes! Yeah, take his side, see if I care. How did you two end up discussing that? Well, it started when I told this guy that I wasn't as crazy about the idea of working just for corgis. Why don't you like corgis? They're cute and fluffy and funny, and they just, like, make you smile. Tell me one interesting thing about them. Legends say they were created by a fairy, and that their breed was raised to fight dragons. Oh, you have to be kidding. No, actually, I heard that one too. Really? Still, I can't see why you're so tired of them. Dunno, maybe because I only ever deal with them at their worst. You've only seen them in their happy state. I'm the one running feces samples and unclogging their sphincters if they eat their owner's dental floss. I might be their veterinarian, but they treat me more like a mom and not in a good way. It's like being a gynecologist. After a while you stop seeing boobs and vaginas. Instead, all you see are issues you must fix. At least they are cute issues. Depends. A gynecologist can't pick clients by age or preference. I was talking about your job. Oh, yeah, that too. Still, I don't think it's so much that I'm tired of them as it is I'm tired of you being so obsessed with them. I'm not obsessed, I'm passionate. You sleep with a corgi plushie and have a wall dedicated to photos you've taken at the company. I'm really passionate? Too much passion can become an issue, you know. Speaking of issues, did you talk with the directors about the whole cardigan conflict? I was going to do that tomorrow, when they're all together. But I still don't see why I should be the one doing it. For starters, they don't take me too seriously. Understandable. I don't take you seriously either. I mean, in the end, they're still dogs. They need someone with a strong commanding voice. You saying I have a naggy voice? No, not your voice, just your entire demeanour. So I have a naggy demeanour. I'm assuming you two are talking about the whole race conflict. Yeah, this is hurting them more than they think. The company might actually collapse at this rate. Which is terrible, because a couple of these dogs' families are dependent on their paychecks. Doesn't that count as unethical and unusual treatment of animals? It's a bit of a legal grey area. The dogs are doing it willingly, after all. And even if they weren't doing it willingly, the dogs aren't actually being mistreated or exploited. In fact, the company's pretty relaxed. Speaking of relaxed, how's Jürgen doing? He's fine, still complaining about his back, still unwilling to take his medicine. He says he's not that weak. Who's this Jürgen guy? My guardian. I passed the tests years ago, but I couldn't leave him. That's actually commonplace, isn't it? Lilin being unable to leave their guardians because they feel too much like family. Now, to be fair, people get attached to many things. Some even get obsessed with inanimate objects. My grandpa loved his car more than any of his sons. The one whose will left all his earthly possessions to his car, right? Yeah, that one. How do you become a Lilim's guardian? You fill a form at the Artificial Intelligence Council. Then they do a background check. If they deem you useful, they'll give you authorization. What's this song? Nighttime maneuvers. Nice. You're given a week's notice before they give you all the data about the Lilim you'll be taking care of. You'll have to watch over it until it can pass 3 different personality tests. If the Lila wants to stay with you after that, that's your problem. So it's like adoption and the lottery all rolled into one. They do that to diversify the possible outcomes. Two Lilim can be of the same model, but they'll grow differently depending on the Guardians. What if something happens to the Guardian? A new Guardian can appeal to the Council stating they're more fit for the position than the original. This happens when a Guardian has become unavailable in some way, or because you can back up claims of neglect or maltreatment. You spit out all the information like it's hard-coded in you. I worked in that department for some time before coming to the STC. It's almost a reflex. Are you interested in becoming a Guardian bartender? I don't know. I'm just a nerd when it comes to AIs in general. The money they give you for it is not that great though. You see? Well, time to check on the dogs. Money shredder. Listen here, punk. Sorry, I didn't mean to call you a punk. It's just... I was chasing my tail and now I'm too hyper to control myself. Sorry. Just give me anything. Alright. Ooh. Safe to give him something sweet. Probably shouldn't. I'll go with classy. Fringe Weaver, I'll do. Aged and mixed. Wait a minute. Oh, that is 9. Never mind. Woo! Here. Whew, that's better. Thanks, punk. No, see, I can see the value of other dog races. Like Pomeranians, those are nice, but they aren't corgis. Well, yeah, I can understand that. I mean, remember that cute girl from yesterday I mentioned earlier? Yeah. The White Knight that was with her, she wasn't half bad either. I mean, it was obvious that a tapestry of muscles was hidden under her armour. I prefer more delicate-looking girls, though. You can appreciate how something looks, but that doesn't mean it's necessarily your thing. And you, bartender? Me what? Which dog race do you prefer? That's not the question I was expecting. Not much of a dog person, actually. Do you have any pets? A cat named Four, yeah. He's just a stray I rescued. Do you like rescuing girls, too? I'm sure I should be making a witty retort right now, but I'm just gonna go ahead and say no. Weird. I've always thought that the rescue fantasy was universal. Why call it Four? Four is a Lilim I met some time ago, though. Never mind. Pretty lame name, if you ask me. Better than calling it Asshat. I bet when you and Four play, it's quite the sight, eh? God damn it. He's so lively, sometimes I fear foreshadows my presence entirely. You guys want to lose consciousness that much? You really need to calm down with the whole pun-hating stuff, Betty. But to move away from this whole foreground, what is this rescue fantasy you mentioned before? You know, the one where wayward, dangerous souls redeem themselves through the power of love. The bad boy who turns away a life of crime. The drug addict girl who lived on the streets and turned tricks until she found a good man worth changing for. It's corny romance cliches 101. Well, you're the one with a shelf full of old lady romance novels. I'll trust you on this. Hey, Fabio the 13th is a national treasure. You don't even like guys. Why do you read all those novels? They let you put yourself in the place of the main character quite easily. Even if said main character is a muscular man. I see no problem. Just, what is your self-image? If I can ask something else, what is it? Why do you hate puns so much? Many people cringe at puns, you know? Yeah, but you react like you have a vendetta against them. They made me feel stupid. What? When I was a kid, everyone in my house had a penchant? Was it penchant? Can't remember how you say it. For making puns at the drop of a hat. I was the only one who couldn't get them. Years later, I finally got them, and they weren't that funny. They made me feel stupid. All in the name of some terrible joke that wasn't even funny in the first place. I've said this so many times I might as well just make a recording, but you need to chill out, Betty. I am chilling out. Just because I complain about stuff doesn't mean I'm not relaxed. I'm not sure that's how it works. Trust me, when I'm tense and angry, you'll know it. I fear the thought. Anyway, I'll go check on the dogs. I'm supposed to be their doctor, and they are being suspiciously quiet. Be careful. You want anything else? I'll have a bloom light. Actually, make that 2, please. Sure. 2 bloom lights. It's so unnecessarily brown. Oh, it's this one. I nearly gave him a big one for some reason. It's just gonna mix 2 drinks into one. All aged, it's everything. And mix. Next. So there's 3. There we go, boom. Here. Thanks. Say, you two seem to get along quite well. Well, when you were the only sentient humanoids in the entire company, it kinda happens. Sentient? We have a couple of test mannequins and cardboard cutouts, so... I see. Seems there's more to it than just that, though. I mean, even if you two are the only ones of your kind, you can still hate each other. Well, I guess I'm one of the few that can stand Betty. She's a really nice person, but she doesn't sugarcoat things. Yeah, I can see that. You should see her treating those dogs. She becomes so patient and understanding, even if it's only for a little while. The dogs don't call her Mom to mock her. Can dogs mock people? I don't know. Even if it's only for a little while. You were eavesdropping. So you can say nice things once in a while. You say that... Oh, you say it like I'm the aggressive one here. It's nice hearing people say good things about you once in a while, you know? You should take your own advice. Maybe some other time. I'm not a hugbox. What happened? Oh, anything happened. The dog in the bathroom got angry at his reflection on the mirror and charged into it. Luckily nothing bad happened. It just made a dog very confused. How the hell did they get on top of the sinks? They're surprisingly agile, even with those stubby little legs. Oh yeah, I ordered you this. Oh, thanks. By the way, Betty, how's Veronica? We broke up last month. What? Well, things were not going so well. We got too used to one another. Everything was starting to become routine. We decided to break up before things got bitter. And why didn't you tell me that before? Why? Didn't you want your turn at the Batmobile? I don't know. I guess I just didn't want to trouble you. And after a while it stopped feeling like it was something relevant to say. Please don't do that again. Try trusting me. Yeah, you're right. You know what bothers me? The fact that asking after someone's health always feels like you're walking on a floor full of glass shards. There's always this chance that the other person is not okay or even dead. What started as a legitimately fun moment can go sour.